I'm from Dallas, got a 214 number, but I'm smoking on some 310 number. Rich shit, a bunch of niggas and some foreign wheelers. Obviously, we not your average or your normal nigga.
What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Forza here, bringing you guys part 2 of the How to Drift series. I know it was a long time ago that I uploaded the first part, probably 2-3 weeks ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through everything again and just make sure you guys all know how I tune my cars if you guys have never drifted before. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get our car, which will probably be a new Corvette. Yeah, we are going to take the Corvette Z06. Let's go ahead and buy this thing, $100,000. And let's see if there's any paints that are dope looking. That's the race car, usually like drift cars type liveries. That'd be dope if there are. That's kind of dope. Nothing that I'm really seeing. I think we might just keep it stock. That Alpine Stardust looks pretty cool. Yeah, nothing. We're gonna black this thing out though. Ooh, that red though. Actually, let's do white, the black stripe, because that's cool as hell. Okay, now we're gonna go upgrade it, and we're gonna go to conversions, engine swaps. I don't really want to put the V8 racing in it. We don't want to all-wheel drive it at all. Aero, let's see what there are. No body kits. Wow, that's surprising. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave the tires stock because they're sitting on the equivalent of street tires. I don't really want to put race. And what I'm gonna do for this car, at least, is I'm gonna bump the tire width up 1. The tire width is something that you kind of have to play with. It depends on the amount of horsepower you're making. But for most cars I drift, I bump it up 1 time. We're gonna run the I don't know what kind of, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it, but they just look cool. Pretty much max out everything in the clutch and drivetrain category. Now here's where some stuff can kind of get a little hairy with the chassis reinforcement roll cage. I add that just because it kind of adds some of the handling with it. Weight reduction, depending on the car. For this car I'm gonna do it, but if it's a car that's making a lot of horsepower, like probably like 700 horsepower stock, not 800, but you know, 700 horsepower stock, then I usually don't do that to have some extra weight. For example, the Hellcat Challenger, I did it and it was a mistake, so I did put it back on. We are just gonna max out the whole engine upgrades so we can make max power. So we're making 995 horsepower, which is perfect. I found that cars with 1,000 horsepower-ish are a pain in the ass to tune. I can tune them, but they're hard for me to tune. Okay, on to tuning. Something that you kind of have to play with. I kind of take down my tire pressure, probably 3 or 4 PSI, to add that little bit extra grip with the top speed of this car being around over 200 miles an hour. Gearing's another thing you kind of have to play with. For me, I like to have my gearing around 3.6, 3.5, depending on the car, again. And then just kind of a base number before I go out into the track. I take this down to the lowest even number, if you know what I'm saying. This, with it being 1, I'm probably going to take it down to 0.9. Or actually, I'm going to leave it at a 1. And take this down to a 0.8, but I always take my gearing down to the lowest even number to start, and then as I go out on the track and I drift a little bit, I will tune as I go, see where I need to make some changes. Then camber, we're going to take down the front camber to about 0.6, 0.7, take this to about 0.3. This is also something you kind of have to play with. I bump my toe out just a tad, nothing crazy, and I put my front casters all the way up. And then for the anti-roll bars, I loosen it just a little bit. With this being a street car, it's got a little bit stiffer suspension, so I do loosen it a little bit. Same with the springs, front and rear springs, I loosen it a little bit. I don't really have a base number to tell you guys. I just kind of loosen it to what I think looks good. Slam it, And we're gonna also loosen this a little bit, not much. Same with the bump stiffness, downforce. We're gonna put this up a little bit for cornering, just to have a little bit extra grip. I really don't mess with the downforce all that often for drift cars unless the car is making like a lot of horsepower like this car is. I'll put it a little bit more towards cornering for some extra downforce. And then for braking, I put it up to 35% towards the rear, just to have some extra braking balance. For differentials, I put the acceleration up to 100 and the decel to 60 as my base number. I will change it every once in a while. And then let's go out and test drive. Okay, so another thing you do need to keep in mind whenever you're trying to tune a drift car is choose a track that you know you can drift well on. For me, it is either Lime Rock or Silverstone. If you've never drifted in this game before and you're watching this to learn the basics to tuning a drift car, drift on Silverstone. It's an easy track to drift, and it's got the most like diverse section. It's got some high speeds, some like medium speeds, high speed entries, and it has a very technical section for getting your tunes perfect for just about every track. So we're here with the normal, like my stock tune. We go ahead and shred. First gear seems a little short. The gears will definitely need some work. Let's see how this thing holds some lines. Well, I think as long as we fix gearing, we'll be fine, because this thing seems to hold lines very well. So we're gonna go ahead and do a quick lap just to get a feel for the car and see what other adjustments we need to make besides gearing. But gearing is definitely something we're gonna have to change. Oh, dude, this thing holds lines like a beast. We just need to adjust that gearing a little bit. The only reason I'm wanting to adjust the gearing is 5th gear is a very touchy gear to slide in, because one little wrong touch of the brake, one wrong pull of the handbrake, and your RPMs drop a lot. Doesn't seem to be the case with this car, and also it's a pet peeve of mine to be in 5th gear whenever I drift. Oh, we're killing this section. Murdering it. Oh yeah, murdered it. 108 miles an hour. Okay, we are going to stop here though, and we are going to fix the gearing real quick. Drifting's for sure something that you have to like test and tune. We're not really going to mess with much of it. We're just going to bump the final drive to a 0.8 and probably take this down, these first few gears down to the 0.5. I don't really have a rhyme or reason to my gearing. It's something that you have to mess around with, and hopefully you get right. Okay, now that that's changed, let's go back, and hopefully 4th gear, 3rd or 4th gear now will be best. If not, I'll just adjust the drifting in 5th of this car. The only reason I have a pet peeve about that is because most of my other cars drift in 3rd or 4th, and it's a big adjustment whenever the car doesn't want to slide in the same gears. But then again, every car is different. This car probably has 100% different than the 240 or my Fire Lady Z I usually drift in. I really can't be like that mad about it, but this thing holds some nasty lines. This is a high speed kind of entry section down here, which I love, having a lot of fun. This car actually does have 7 gears, so this is technically like 4th gear in most of my cars. That makes more sense now. I'm being in 5th gear right now, knowing that there's 7 gears. There's a couple other gears ahead of this one to play with. Oh yeah, murdering this section. Murdering. Another thing I'm going to show you guys is my assists, because assists do actually make a big difference in this game. So my assist right now, I run the braking lines on the suggestion lines on braking only. I have ABS because I really want to be able to have more control of my car whenever I'm braking. Steering is on normal because I've learned that the simulation steering is made for more of the wheels, and it's very twitchy on a controller. So if you're on a controller, then you usually want to stay on normal, but that one's up to you. I prefer normal for drifting, but let me know down in the comments down below what you guys prefer. Then for traction control and stability, of course, you want to have both of those off. You could probably go with stability control off or on, but it does kind of affect the sliding. Shifting I have on manual, so I have a little bit more control over the gearing. Like what gear I'm in, I would usually run clutch, but I'm not. I don't have a wheel. If I had a wheel, that's what I run. Damage and fuel is cosmetic, that kind of stuff, you know, basic stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and do another lap and just shred. I do plan to start doing some online lobbies in my videos. I plan to start doing a lot of drift builds and drag builds, as you guys saw in my last video, and having some fun. This will be a really community-based game, so if you play Forza 6 or Horizon 2, I do plan to still do Horizon 2 builds because that game is still really fun. I do still plan to do Horizon 2, so if you play Forza Horizon 2 or Forza 6, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Comment with your gamer tag, and we can get you into some lobbies whenever I'm building cars and having some fun with you guys. I also plan to stream this quite a bit and just have some fun, dude. I definitely plan to make Forza more of a community-based thing where I play with you guys, play with friends, and just make it an all-around good time. Because Forza's one of those games where it's fun alone, but it's even better with friends and people to play with that enjoy the same thing. So if you enjoy drifting, dragging, I'll be doing some circuit racing as well. So if you guys enjoy any of that, let me know and we'll play. Who knows, maybe you'll end up on my channel or the Stunner channel. Car shreds tires, dude. I'm happy with this build. I hope you guys are too. And if you guys have any suggestions on something that I messed up in tuning, let me know down in the comment section down below. I know I'm not the best, but I can still get my cars to slide and hold some nasty lines. So if you guys have any suggestions to help me improve my tuning, let me know down in the comment section down below. And I'll talk to y'all later. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. If you guys are new, subscribe for more Forza 6, Call of Duty, Battlefield, GTA, just gaming content. And I will talk to you all, your beautiful faces, later. What a way to end the video.